The price of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X might be the most important part of the next generation consoles, even more important than exclusive games. And well, it looks like we'll be paying a little less, according to a former Xbox executive. $399. That's 399 US dollars. Does that sound like a good price for a next-gen console such as the PlayStation 5? Well, according to Albert Pinello, who is the former head of marketing at Xbox, and well, he said that there is no way that the next PlayStation will cost over $500, and well, I actually agree with him. So yeah, good day guys, my name's Champ, and welcome to the Gaming News. Today, we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about, and the first thing is the price of the PlayStation 5 and potentially also the Xbox Series X. Now, just to clarify, I will have two videos out today. This won't become a regular occurrence. It's just the way I have to break up news in the new day of YouTube. It's just the way the algorithm works. So videos might be shorter, but there might be more of them. So instead of bundling everything up into one piece of news video, I'm going to actually have them separate. And I know that might annoy some people, but I think it's a better way to gauge people's interests rather than putting it all together. Hopefully you guys stick with me with this change. I think it's better. It allows me to be a lot more creative and stick with certain topics for much longer. And speaking of those topics, before we just get to the first one, please smack the like button if you do end up enjoying this and if you're excited for the next gen of consoles. But let's talk about the PlayStation 5's price. As you guys know, many prices are going up. Pre-orders, they're all just all over the place, really. They're just placeholders. We had that $700 price. We had different prices of $399 like at Target. So they're ranging from quite a lot of different places and different prices, I should say. But this is some interesting news right here. So let's dig in and see what we've got at hand. So the former Xbox executive Albert Pinello, who was the head of marketing at Xbox, which I think he should maybe return from Amazon. I think he's at Amazon now because, well, the Xbox Series X, that's a terrible marketing choice of a name. But anyway, let's move on. The thing is right here, guys, you can see his tweet right here from a few days ago. He's basically talking about it will not be over $500. There's just no way. And I completely agree with him on this because the price point will be incredibly valuable for both companies. It'll be the most important part of selling and succeeding. Succeeding definitely is the most important part right here to gain that community over and push them to the next generation. The thing to note down here is, if you look back to the PlayStation 3 when it launched all those years ago, it launched at $599 US dollars. For us Australians, that calculated itself to $1,000 exactly, pretty much. So that was a big problem for PlayStation back in the day. They pumped a lot of tech into that thing, that Blu-ray player for the first time. It had a big hard drive. Now you look at it, like 60 gigs wasn't really that much. But at the time, it was a lot because every Call of Duty update didn't cost you 50 gigabytes on your hard drive every 2 weeks. I'm not going to get into that. But the thing right here, guys, is that Albert Pinello, 100% trusted source, and I completely agree with what he's saying. And on top of that, I will mention something right here, guys. So if you are a new viewer and you haven't been watching me for years, you probably don't know I've been doing this for many years and I know which sources to trust, but don't just take that from those people that I don't know. The thing is, the most important part is I've actually last week contacted many different sources within the games industry here in Australia, in Europe, just a couple of people, and also in the United States. So I've been lucky enough and fortunate enough to meet a lot of people and create a lot of contacts, going to many game conventions over the years, going to many meetings, going to many studios, many places. And when people move around and they go from one company to the other, just like Albert Pinello, you start actually getting some inside information because this starts to spread because, oh, I'm friends with this person, I'm friends with that person, I've got a source over here, I've got a source over there. So you get what I mean. And the reason I bring that up is that I contacted a few people last week, about 6 different people, actually 7. I did get that 7th one in. But only 2 of them got back to me with substantial information, and they're all gauging within $399 to $499 for the PlayStation 5. Now, the reason there are 2 prices here is, obviously we don't know just yet. It hasn't come from PlayStation officially, and neither has Xbox. Xbox haven't said anything about their price point. It's going to be interesting to see which one of those actually gets in first. But what I will say here is what I got from my sources. Now, one of them just completely said, I don't know, but 2 of them did get back to me, like I said. And with that $399 to $499 price point, this is US prices, by the way. The reason there are those 2 price points on top of not actually knowing 100% certain just yet is the fact that there are 2 consoles, and even with Xbox, there's going to be multiple consoles because they've trademarked. If you saw my video last night, if you haven't, make sure to go check that out. They trademarked a new console potentially, so and it's pretty much confirmed if you look at the trail. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is we are going to have a difference of consoles. You have that disc-based console and then the digital-based console. The cool part here is the tech isn't just face value what you see on the console itself, like a disc or digital. It comes down to actual hard drive space, little things like that, because it's running an SSD. So we may see variants of a 1 terabyte, a 2 terabyte, things like that. So that's the reason we don't know the exact price yet. Now, something you may be asking me is, Champ, how on earth are they going to sell it for $399? That's just unrealistic. They're going to lose so much money. Like I've mentioned before, and like Albert Pinello, like many different inside sources within the gaming industry have stated, and if you know how the industry works, they're going to sell at a loss. They've seen it not work in the past when they actually try and make a profit on the console or try and mark up the price. Now they're going to undercut themselves so they can make money elsewhere. And in this digital age where people are spending a lot more money on subscriptions, on services, on games digitally, on microtransactions, and so on, there are so many different ways that these companies can make money now within games after you buy physical hardware. When they actually go to software, that's the big money. That's where they make the big bucks. So that's the reason why we might see it for a whole lot less than we thought it would be. But don't freak out if they do end up being like $5.99. I really doubt it, but that's the potential. It could go that way. It would be a terrible move. Terrible move. I'm going to repeat that. Terrible move for PlayStation and Xbox if they go over that $500 US dollar price point. So hopefully they do go with this. Hopefully everything we are getting within this is like legit. So let me know what you guys think about this price point. This makes me a lot happier. It makes that dream of having the box under my Christmas tree a lot more realistic, even though I don't have a Christmas tree. Maybe I'll get one just for this year. Anyway, guys, make sure to go check out my video from last night. I did upload a little late. I was at the hospital yesterday, so I lost a lot of time, like 2 hours, and I had a bunch of other stuff to deal with, like new exercises for my hands. So hopefully you guys are sticking with me. There is going to be another video later tonight. Again, these are not going to be double uploads every single day. It's just when there's news. If there's no news, there's probably not going to be a video, or I'll just do an opinion piece because I've got a couple of interesting videos coming in the future that I'm going to prepare for you guys. And I've actually got some really fun stuff with some retro stuff coming. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.